In this opening lecture, we will learn why overthinking isn't a sign of weakness. It's often a byproduct of strength. High achievers tend to overthink not because they're unsure, but because they care deeply about outcomes, standards, and how they're perceived. We will break down how perfectionism, fear of failure, and the drive for control create mental loops that are hard to shut off. Most importantly, you will learn to recognize these patterns not as personal flaws, but as mindset habits that can be unlearned. Objectives of the lecture. By the end of this lecture, you'll be able to identify key psychological traits that fuel overthinking in high performers, understand the link between success pressure and mental spirals, recognize how fear of failure and control seeking sneak into your daily decisions, the real trigger behind overthinking. Let's be clear, wanting to succeed isn't the problem. Overthinking happens when that drive for excellence turns into fear of failure. You start second-guessing every choice, trying to avoid mistakes, embarrassment, or being seen as not enough. Dr. Brené Brown explains it perfectly in her book, The Gifts of Imperfection. Perfectionism is not the same thing as striving to be your best. It is the belief that if we live perfect, look perfect, and act perfect, we can avoid the pain of blame, judgment, and shame. High achievers often grow up praised for results, grades, awards, wins. That conditioning teaches your brain. Only outcomes matter. So when the outcome isn't guaranteed, your mind starts spinning. The psychology behind it, outcome obsession and control. High achievers are used to solving problems. But when emotions, relationships, or uncertainty show up, things that can't be controlled easily, they get uncomfortable. You might over-research. You might delay starting something until it feels right. You might replay a conversation 10 times to see what you missed. All of this is control in disguise. Psychologist Barry Schwartz calls it the paradox of choice. The more you analyze, the more pressure you feel to choose perfectly, and the more paralyzed you become. Example: Ritika worked as a strategy analyst at a top consulting firm. Brilliant thinker and a detailed planner, but she dreaded sending emails to clients. She would revise and tweak her work dozens of times, even when nothing was wrong. After a delayed report cost her team a deadline, she broke down. If it's not perfect, I feel like I'm failing. I can't bear the idea of someone thinking I didn't do enough. Ritika wasn't lazy or confused. She was scared of not meeting the image she'd built. Her perfectionism was overthinking dressed as being responsible. Performance versus growth, a mindset shift. The book Succeed: How We Can Reach Our Goals by Heidi Grant. Halverson explains the difference between the two types of motivation. Performance-oriented, I must prove I'm smart, good, capable. Growth-oriented, I want to learn and get better. High achievers often lean toward performance-based thinking, which makes them allergic to failure. That's why they stall, spiral, and second-guess. Shifting to a growth mindset reduces pressure and makes action easier. People with a performance mindset see mistakes as threats. People with a growth mindset see them as opportunities. Heidi Grant Halverson. Overthinking isn't just a bad habit. It's a protection mechanism high achievers use to avoid the discomfort of not being perfect. But it backfires. Instead of protecting your success, it delays it.